factions that I've made, because other than like the Teutons, it didn't have a lot of units and not a lot of spread of units. So with the UCM that I've managed to get installed and working, I was able to make some more Persian and Parthian units for the faction. So first of all, we have the Eastern Infantrymen. Let me just stop them from T-posing, because for some reason they do that now. Yeah, here he is, the Eastern Infantryman. Everyone knows him from sort of like Rome 1 and Rome 2. They're pretty German. And yeah, with the UCM I was actually able to give them a rectangular shield that wasn't the Roman shield. This is the Riot shield, but you can paint the clear area in the middle. You can just paint it in general, which is good, so I was able to paint it a sort of wood colour to make it look like a wicker shield. And he's got a short sword. He's wearing traditional Parthian or Persian clothes. He's not got any sort of armour on him, so he's a pretty weak unit. He is only 70 cost. However, I did also make a mercenary version of it. So here's the mercenary. As you can see, not different at all. He just has he has a slightly faster attack, he has slightly more damage, but he does have even less health. The standard Eastern Infantryman has got 60 health, this guy has got 50 health, so he's got even less health than a pleb. Can't select the pleb, there you go. Yeah, he's got even less health than a pleb, which has, I think, also got 60. And here we go, the spearman versus a pleb. There you go. Yeah, I would expect the Eastern Infantryman to be able to beat quite literally a citizen with a knife. And then if we put him against something like, I don't know, a Spartan youth, perhaps. See how he goes. So he doesn't have any sort of charge. The Spartan youth does. He has the foolish leap because he's a young man. But yeah, Eastern Infantryman dies to the Spartan youth. Let's try one more against another very weak unit, which is the Levy Hoplite. They're both comparable. The Levy Hoplite does have charge. The Eastern Infantryman, like I said, doesn't. And there you go. The Eastern Infantryman has lost to an armoured citizen. There he is. So yeah, it's a pretty terrible unit, but it's sort of in bulk. You can sort of spam them out as a battle line, and they'll do something at least with their wicker shields. So yeah, you can go ahead and mass spam them out. And then I didn't update any of these guys. However, the next new unit I have got is the Persian Hoplite. Looking through the Rome 2 unit list, there's a Persian Hoplite. So here he is. He looks quite good. He's not as well armoured as a regular Greek Hoplite, but yeah, he does have his armour, and he does have the Hoplite shield and the long sarissa and the sort of Persian headdress and all of that. So yeah, there he is on the blue team. May actually look a bit better on the blue team than he does on the red team. But yeah, all of these guys are in purple because that's the sort of Rome 1, Rome 2 colours. So that's why I'm putting them in purple. But yeah, if we put him against not a Celt. Where's the Greeks gone? There they go, they're right next to him. Yeah, if we put him against a regular Hoplite, the regular Hoplite has got slightly more health and does slightly more damage and attack speed. But quite honestly, either of these guys could probably one-shot each other with their sarissas, so it's just a case of who gets in the first hit. So yeah, there you go, they're all sort of... Oh, there's a nice hit from the Persian Hoplite. Oh, there you go. It's a thrilling spear gameplay. There you go, down he goes. So yeah, Greek Hoplite did manage to win over the Persian Hoplite, but yeah, that's because, like I say, the Persian Hoplite is slightly cheaper and slightly worse. 140 for the original Hoplite, 120 for a Persian Hoplite, because they are a Persian copy of the Greeks. So that's why I've made them slightly cheaper. And then if we put him against a Mercenary Hoplite, there you go, he should easily win this because he does have the longer sarissa, and or the Mercenary will just whack him in the face with his shield. I mean, that also works. The Parthians aren't having a great luck here, really, are they? But yeah, so there's the Persian Hoplite. Parthian Swordsman is next. Here he is. Again, all of these guys I'm going off of how they look in Rome 2, if you're wondering. So yeah, here we go. Parthian Swordsman, he's a pretty bog standard infantry unit. He is comparable to either a legionary or a thorax swordsman. I was gonna say he's also comparable to a Celtic nobleman, but he's not, because the nobleman is more expensive than any of these guys. So he's not quite comparable to that, but any of these guys he's comparable to. They all have pretty much the same stats, and they don't really have anything different about them other than shields. So yeah, the Legionary's got his standard shield and his Gladius. These guys have got longer swords and they've got the round shields. But yeah, this guy has got, I think it's 120 health maybe. The Legionary's got 150. The Thorax Swordsman has got, I think, 150 or 140. But otherwise, they're all exactly the same weight. They have exactly the same attack speed and the same damage multiplier. So they're your pretty standard infantry unit, swordsman unit. So we can put them against the Thorax Swordsman and see how they go. There you go. They're both sort of armoured relatively the same. The Thorax Swordsman has got better body armour, but then the Parthian Parthian Swordsman has got a better helmet on him. So there you go. They're both doing their best. Oh, shouldn't have turned around there, Parthian. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, Thorax Swordsman managed to beat him out, and then we just put him against a Legionary. Let's see how it goes. There you go. They both have charge, because yeah, the Swordsman I did just reuse the Thorax Swordsman and just change him. But there you go. He's managed to beat the Legionary. Oh, on camera. There you go. Yeah. When he's out of his formation, the Legionary is pretty easy meat, apparently. But yeah, there you go. The Parthians have managed to finally kill something. So yeah, there's him. And then we have got the Immortal Archer. So the Immortal himself wasn't changed. He's still exactly the same. He still costs 310. He still has his spear. But they did use bows, which is why the original Immortal has got arrows on his back, a quiver on his back. And then yeah, for the Immortals, I just sort of gave them an elite Persian archer, because the Persians were all about cavalry and about archers, and cavalry doesn't work really. You can make them, but they don't work properly in this in the unit creator, which is why I haven't made any sort of cavalry units really. But yeah, here he is. He's your regular Immortal. He has, I think I gave him less. He has the same health, I think, but he has slightly less damage and attack speed than the Immortal. But then that's fine, because he is after all just an archer. If we were to put them up against, let's just get on an English standard bearers. Let's just get a load of these guys, and so here are the two archer units. We've got the Immortal Archer and we've got the Eastern Archer. The Eastern Archer fires pretty. Oh my God, camera! Can you not? So we'll just see what the rate of fire of these guys is. The Eastern Archer's actually got a bit of a rate of fire bonus over the Immortal. But the Immortal, however, does have a lot more health than the Eastern Archer, thanks to all of the armor, which is why you go for the Immortal Archers. If you want anything, you just want the higher health infantry. But yeah, Eastern Archers, I forgot just how much rate of fire I gave them. Are they even better than Longbowmen? Longbowmen are pretty rapid fire. No, the Longbowman has a very rapid rate of fire, the English Longbow. Yeah, okay, the English Longbowman is a machine gun of arrows. But yeah, okay, so there's the Immortal Archer. He's just the elite archer unit, and then we have finally the Persian and Parthian War Elephant, the Indian War Elephant. Here he's just your standard elephant. He's exactly the same. He has the elephant itself has got exactly the same stats as the Carthaginian war elephant. Do I have the Carthaginians on here, or do I need to get them up? No, I need to get them up. Where are they? Carthage. There you go. Yeah. They have exactly the same health as the T-posing Carthaginian war elephant. The only difference is the unit that's on top. The Carthaginians have got a mercenary Libyan archer, and these guys have got a Persian mounted archer for a mounted horse archer unit, which I haven't included because it's not very good. But yeah, so Here are the two of them. The elephants themselves have got, I think it's 800 health, and they do 3 times the damage, and so they can stomp around. And I think they have elephant charge, but I'm honestly not too sure. And then of course the archers can just shoot down with impunity, as the elephants. Yeah, there you go. The elephants can charge. There they go, which is just a base thing of their units. So yeah, the elephants can trample whatever they want pretty easily taking out these. There you go. And the archers are actually doing all right as well. And somehow the mounted archers died for the Parthians. How have you managed that? And where are you? Unless he just fell off. Very strange. Or he got friendly fired by the Carthaginian. Either one. But yeah, so there he is. Yeah, he must have been friendly fired. But yeah, so there you go. Those are the new units for the Persian rework, as I'm going to call it. Yeah, it's made them a much more viable faction. They've got just generally more units, more infantry units than just an axeman, than just like an axeman and a spearman. They now have hoplites and swordsmen and crappy Eastern infantry. But yeah, there you go. So they're now a far better faction, and then you can get them on my mod.io mod page if you want to try them out for yourself. But yes, so there you go. Hopefully these units will appear in battles in the future. So I'll thank you all for watching, and goodbye.